Déjà vu, French for already seen. Have you ever walked into a new place and felt like you've been there before? That's déjà vu, the eerie feeling that something you're experiencing has already happened, even though you know it rationally can't be true. You might have a strong sense of knowing the layout or even what you're going to order. Jamais vu, never seen. The opposite of déjà vu can be just as unsettling. Jamais vu is the feeling that something you should recognize is completely unfamiliar. You might see your house key, an object you use every day, and it appears strangely foreign for a moment, questioning its shape or function, even though you know perfectly well what it is. Precognition. Do you ever get a hunch about the future that turns out to be true? Precognition is a feeling or intuition that you know what will happen in the future. There's no scientific evidence to support it, but some people believe they can predict future events with a hunch or a vivid dream. For example, you wake up with a strong feeling your friend is going to call, and then your phone rings and it's them. However, this could also be pure coincidence or picking up on subtle cues you weren't consciously aware of, like your friend mentioning they might call the day before. Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is a claimed psychic ability to perceive things beyond the normal range of sight. There's no scientific basis for it, but it's a common theme in psychic traditions. People who believe in clairvoyance claim they can see spirits, auras, or even future events. For instance, someone who claims clairvoyance might describe details about a missing person or a crime scene that haven't been made public. Clairaudience. Similar to clairvoyance, clairaudience is a claimed psychic ability to hear things beyond the normal range of hearing. Clairaudience suggests someone can hear spirits or information from a distance. For example, someone with clairaudience might believe they can hear voices or messages that no one else can, which might be the deceased trying to communicate or spirits revealing hidden knowledge. Clairsentience. This claimed psychic ability suggests someone can intuit the feelings of others, even if they're hiding them. Clairsentience is the idea that you can walk into a room and immediately sense that someone is feeling tense or sad, even though they're putting on a happy face. You might feel a similar heaviness in your own chest or a chill in the air. Premonition. A premonition is a strong feeling that something, often bad, is about to happen. These hunches or gut feelings about the future aren't always accurate, but they can be triggered by specific situations or general unease. For example, you might have a bad feeling about getting on a plane, and it ends up experiencing turbulence. However, this could also be anxiety caused by fear of flying, rather than a true premonition of danger. Synchronicity. Have you ever experienced a meaningful coincidence? Synchronicity is the idea that seemingly random events can be connected in a way that feels significant. Carl Jung, a famous psychologist, believed these coincidences held personal meaning and could offer guidance or insights. For instance, you're thinking about a song you haven't heard in years, and then you hear it playing in a cafe. You might see this as a sign or a reminder of a person or memory associated with that song. Out-of-body experience, OBE. Have you ever felt like you were floating outside your body, looking down on yourself from above? An OBE is a feeling of being temporarily separated from your physical body. People who experience OBEs often describe a sense of peace or detachment, and sometimes even report seeing things from a different perspective. Near-death experience, NDE. A near-death experience, NDE, is a profound event that some people report occurring near death. NDEs can involve a variety of sensations, such as feelings of peace and light, seeing a tunnel, or encountering deceased loved ones. There's no single explanation for NDEs, but they can be life-changing experiences for those who go through them. Astral projection. Astral projection is the alleged ability to intentionally separate your consciousness from your physical body and travel to other places. Similar to OBEs, astral projection isn't scientifically proven, but it's a concept explored in spiritual and mystical traditions. Lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is the state of being aware that you're dreaming and being able to control the dream to some extent. Lucid dreamers can manipulate the dream environment, interact with dream characters, or even choose the course of the dream itself. False memory. False memories are vivid memories of events that never actually happened. They can be formed through a variety of factors, such as suggestion, imagination, or even trauma. For example, you might believe you remember a childhood vacation that your family never took. Cryptomnesia. Cryptomnesia is a type of memory error where you unconsciously steal an idea from your own memory and believe it's original. It's like mental plagiarism. You might say something you heard yourself say before, or write down an idea you had earlier, but completely forget about it. Confabulation. Confabulation is the act of filling in gaps in your memory with fabricated details, often unconsciously. This can happen due to brain injuries, neurological conditions, or simply trying to make sense of incomplete memories. For example, you might forget where you parked your car and later create a false memory of seeing it in a specific spot, even though it wasn't there. Sleep paralysis. Imagine waking up from a dream, but finding yourself unable to move or speak. Sleep paralysis is this unsettling state where you're conscious but can't control your body. It can be accompanied by hallucinations, making it feel like you're trapped in a terrifying dream world. Sleep paralysis often occurs as you're drifting off to sleep or waking up, and while it can be very frightening, it's usually harmless and temporary. Exploding head syndrome. Ever experience a sudden, loud bang or explosion in your head right as you're falling asleep or waking up? Don't worry, your head isn't actually exploding. Exploding head syndrome is a harmless condition that causes these startling auditory hallucinations. There's no physical pain involved, and the exact cause remains a mystery. Some scientists believe it's related to hypnagogic or hypnopompic hallucinations, which are vivid sensory experiences that occur during sleep transitions. The Watcher effect. Buckle up for a mind bender. In the strange world of quantum mechanics, the Watcher effect proposes that the act of observing something can actually change its behavior. This applies to tiny particles that can exist in multiple states at once, like a coin spinning in the air that's both heads and tails until it lands. When a scientist measures a particle, it seems to collapse into a single state, suggesting that the act of observation itself influences the outcome. The placebo effect. Have you ever felt better after taking a sugar pill because you believed it was medicine? That's the placebo effect in action. It's a fascinating phenomenon where a treatment with no inherent therapeutic value can produce a positive effect simply because the patient believes it will work. The power of belief can be incredibly strong, influencing our perception of pain, anxiety, and even physical symptoms. The nocebo effect. The nocebo effect is the flip side of the placebo effect. It describes how negative beliefs or expectations can lead to negative side effects even if the treatment itself is harmless. For instance, someone who reads about potential side effects of a medication might start experiencing those symptoms themselves, even if they haven't taken the medication. This highlights the mind-body connection and how our thoughts and beliefs can influence our physical well-being. Kinesthesia. Our sense of movement and body position is crucial for everyday activities. Kinesthesia allows us to walk, run, catch a ball, and navigate the world with ease. It's like an internal GPS system that constantly updates us on our body's location in space and how our limbs are moving, even without looking at them. Synesthesia. Imagine hearing a song and not just listening to the melody, but also seeing a burst of colors. That's synesthesia, a rare neurological condition where stimulation in one sense leads to experiences in another. Someone with synesthesia might taste shapes, smell textures, or associate numbers with specific colors. It's a unique way of experiencing the world, creating a blend of sensory perception that can be both fascinating and overwhelming.